Bomba-dee-da, 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 bomba-dee-da,
Hey,
bomba-dee-da.
Happy trails.
happy trails to all you guys out there.
Peace, peace,
Welcome
and
back.
love to everybody, huh?
Welcome back.
Yeah,
And
you can
welcome
see.
back to you, Matt.
Hey, thank you. Look, to
'Cause
see that? That is the moon
That's the sun.
right there.
That's the moon.
That's the moon.
Nice.
How about that?
Is
Because
it full?
it's full, almost full.
Almost full.
Almost. Can you see it? What does it look like now?
It looks like
Half a moon.
It's in clouds.
Hey,
Yeah.
so yeah, we're podcasting a little bit later in the day than we normally do.
Yeah.
Simply
Normally
because
it's morning.
yeah,
Now it's evening.
because we've been busy last few weeks. Blaine and I both traveling, football,
Football.
wellness
Yep.
retreats, Tony Robbins
Oh man.
events,
Matt's been all over the place.
and I feel like I'm not sure that I live at home anymore.
I
Especially
am.
so we were down in Charleston last weekend seeing Luke, our middle son, and we took the dogs. And we got a phone call on our way back. We're trying to get back for Ann's mom was getting baptized, and we're trying to make it back for the baptism at 10 o'clock. So we left
Ann's
early.
mom.
Ann's mom.
Oh, okay.
So she get baptized into Mark's church, the more of a Baptist type church. And
Okay.
so we're hauling butt early in the morning to get back, and it's about 7:30, and we get a call from our next door neighbor. And kind of weird, 7:30. We, of course, the time changed, but still 7:30. And she says, "Are you at home?" And we said, "No, we're in the car. We're on our way home." And her daughter, Kate, had just come home. She had spent the night at someone's house, came home that morning and noticed that her mom's door was closed, but cracked open, and there was light. So the lights were on. She thought that was weird. So she goes to the door and tries to push it, and something's behind the door, barricading the door. So Kate told her, or Shay told her daughter to get out of the house. Shay called us. We said, we're not there. So I called Ann's brother, Mark, and Mark went over there. And of course, we're in South Carolina, we're a red state. So we're always packing some kind of heat. And Mark came over and I think he walked around the house. He had an AR walking around the house. I mean, he was like excited. So walking around the house anyway, they had broken into her house, kicked in next door neighbor's door and broke all the glass and stole a bunch of crap in there. So as they're looking, Mark looks up and our bathroom light's on. He goes, "That's weird. Their bathroom light's on." And when I told them about the next door neighbor, if he could check it, I'm thinking they probably hit our house too. So Mark looked up, he saw that, he went over to our house. Sure enough, same exact thing. Kicked in our bedroom door, barricaded the door so if anybody came home, would delay them. They ransacked basically my side of the closet. They took watches and cash and little bit of jewelry, and that was really all they took. And they were in and out of the house in 3 minutes. I caught them on camera. They floated around the backyard, looking in the windows for the dogs. So I feel like they knew what they were looking for, which I don't, we're next door neighbors. Both of us were not home. So very strange. And so they broke in and took them 3 minutes. The total time on my property was 6 minutes, 3 minutes to kick in, analyze, kick it in. 3 minutes inside the house. There were 4 of them, 4 people. 3 came in the house, and 1 was a lookout on the front yard. Caught him on the Ring camera, like just ducking down. I probably, if I wasn't looking for it, I don't know that I would have seen it. So just crazy, man. The world's crazy.
Dang.
So we're dealing with that last week, right before we left to go see Tony Robbins in Dallas. And we just got back. My voice is a little hoarse from yelling and screaming. If you've ever been to a Tony Robbins event, you know that there's a lot of yelling and screaming and
dancing,
lots of dancing, lots
of
stuff. That's a lot. I've realized after even this weekend, it's, you know what, if you're gonna do something, you're gonna have to take a risk and a chance. This conservative playing smaller shit that we've been doing forever, it ain't working. It ain't working. And the more and more people I listen to and talk to and come across, I'm just like, here we are at a Tony Robbins event, man. And I'm just like listening to what he's saying. And he's like, hey, there's nothing that should stop you from doing whatever the fuck you want to do except you. So
Yeah.
If this is your game, then learn it and go get it, and tell the world, tell God this is what you want, and
There you go.
go after it. You can't be half-assing shit. So, I really
See,
think that we are really on the edge, and I say we, you and I, are on the edge of kind of doing some explosion things.
let's call it the cusp, since we're dentists.
We're a little bit uncomfortable
On the
with
cusp.
it. So, and the cool thing was we went with the Sumrock group.
Yeah.
So with our ecosystem that Blaine and I talk about with Brad's group, they put together, the event was in town, and Brad's group put together a package for people that wanted to go through his ecosystem and discounted tickets, and it was awesome. And
Nice.
we all sat together. It was great to be with some like-minded people and share some thoughts and do some things. So it was very cool, and good weekend. So
Excellent.
back to the grind.
Oh,
And then this week we head to Iowa.
Iowa.
We're coming to see the Hawkeyes, baby. We're not going to be in Robbins, Iowa.
No, I don't think so.
But we are going to be in Iowa City. So we're going to get to see Blaine's, and we're going to be tailgating with Blaine's and a few other people. So it's going to be a blast.
Should be. Hopefully the weather's supposed to be, I don't know. It's been pretty freaking warm here.
Dude, I love that.
There's been times where you're dealing with snow, right? This time of year and
I don't
football
want
games. But it's 60 here today. I'm like, what the heck? Put up my Christmas lights in around the house.
In your shorts?
I did.
Shorts and tank top. Blaine had shorts and a tank top.
I had sweatpants on. I'm like, dang, this is hot.
He was pumping the guns. He's showing there all the people in the neighborhood his guns. Yep.
Like
Look at those. Like, that's like 45 caliber right there. Boom, boom. What about you, Blaine? You've been gone a little bit too.
Well, so I kind of want to do that Tony Robbins thing too, but my other dentist Megan was gone, and so I kind of had to stick around and hold the fort down last week. I'm at my office, and but that was okay. That was okay. So other than that, we're just getting ready for Thanksgiving coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So you're coming to Iowa, and then bam, we'll be right down in South Carolina right after that.
That's right. You guys, we leave Sunday. Ron and Brian are coming with us on the same flight.
Yep.
And you guys start coming Monday, Tuesday, I think.
Yeah. So
people, some get in Monday, some get in Tuesday, and then the week starts. And so we'll be broadcasting live.
Oh man.
And in person Thanksgiving weekend
together. Yep.
So look forward to that next week, guys, or 2 weeks, whatever it is. So
nice. Awesome, man.
So let's I don't know. We didn't give them anything last week. So let's what do you think we give everybody a little kind of update on where we're at with some of the properties in the state that we hear things are going, kind of market wise?
Yep.
Go from there. So take it over.
That sounds good. Awesome. Yeah. So I think the big thing and the whole big news around the world, or well, maybe not the world, but at least the United States, is interest rates. And it's been a big talking point to try and get inflation down over the last year or so. And the interest rates were they were raising them. The feds were raising them and raising them and raising them, and of course that affects your loans and your purchasing power and stuff like that. But the last time the feds met, they decided not to raise rates.
And
that was the first time in I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, something like that, 9 months or something like that, that they held the same. From what I hear, the things are headed in the right direction as far as inflation goes, and I don't, so from their perspective. So I think they're going to hold tight. Most people don't believe that they're going to go again. I think they're just going to stick with this for a while. And then over the next year or 2 years, they plan the estimates are that they will drop slightly. Interest rates will drop back down a point or two. So I don't think they're getting back to where they were before, which was really low. And
I don't think they're going to be there either.
So, but I do recall, I can't remember what episode that was, Matt, but we had a bet.
We did have a bet.
We did have a bet.
I don't
that-
remember what exactly the bet was.
Well, I just
but
know that I'm going to win it, whatever it is.
I'm probably going to go out on a limb and say I think you're correct. You're probably going to win
I
this.
think you said you thought they were going to interest rates are going to be dropping back down before the end of the year.
Yeah, I thought that they would be.
And I said, nah, I think they'll stay steady. Or I don't think they'll, I think towards the end of the year they'll stay steady. I don't think they'll drop until 2024. And I think, I don't know, the Feds get to meet. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure
No,
what
I think you got one more.
One more meeting before the
I
end of
think
the
this
year.
one more. There's still a chance.
You're saying there's
So
a
you're
chance.
saying there's a
saying there's a chance. Right on.
That's funny.
So-
I was thinking about that. I don't know where I was, but I was thinking about that. I'm like, damn, these rates is bullshit. And then I'm like, man, losing this bet is bullshit. But hey, who knows? Who knows? But you know something? I was just for the simple fact that I was with a bunch of some rockers at this event.
Yeah.
There was some discussion and talk about, this whole rate thing. It has people a little bit up in arms, but truthfully, I don't know about you, but I've been pitched several deals in the last 2 months, like several, because what's happening is just like we talked about before. Some of these loans are coming due, and the people don't have the money to front and finish the loans, so they're looking to sell their properties so they can get out and pass that on to somebody else. I think the overall market, Blaine, and from what I'm seeing, is people still a little skittish, but I also am still a firm believer in the fact that even with our San Antonio property, we're just finishing 1 year in VDO.
Mm-hmm.
And I think by the time we're about ready to take this thing to market to either refi or resell, I think everything is going to be hitting at a perfect time for that. So while we're sitting here kind of unsure about the rates and what's happening, I think we're going to be poised for very good growth and cash out in that 3 to 5 year range as we see it now. At least that's what I'm thinking. And I think the deals like we've talked about are coming. But we got to see those rates come down big time. Yeah.
They're and the big story behind the rates and the fact that they stopped raising them, it gives people a little bit of security, right? And everybody's like, you said, skittish, because they're like, geez, we don't know what's going on, what's going to happen, and everybody gets a little nervous and scared, and so they stop, right? And the fact that they didn't raise rates, it's like, okay, now we kind of know where we are, what's going on, and where things are going, because they're not going crazy anymore. And so people are starting to calm a little bit, I think, because the future seems a little more predictable when it hasn't been in the last year. And so when you can predict the future, you get a little more comfortable, and then things start to roll, and things get back to what we consider normal, I guess, where there's a lot more deal flow, and as you said, a lot of them are forced, but they got to do it.
I think it's coming though, and I think it's going to be a great position for us. Blaine and I are still looking for the right situations to come in and GP our own deal, and then have the potential to bring some of you listeners and viewers on with us if it was something you chose to do. I think it'd be a great time to jump into it. If you haven't, the best time to do it is when?
Yesterday.
And if not yesterday, then why not now? So
yeah.
When
would now be the right time?
When would now be a good time to get involved? I don't know.
When would now be perfect time?
Step up.
So and along with all this rate stuff, we're going to kind of go over what we're hearing from the market, and that's one of the big news stories out there. But cap rates have steadily climbed, and just to remind you all what a cap rate is, it's basically some sort of mathematical figure thing that gives you a value of your property. Okay, and so the lower the cap rate is, the more valuable the property is. The higher the cap rate, the less valuable. And so cap rates, let's say in like the DFW area where things were rolling and doing pretty well, they were at 4%. And now they've jumped up to 5%. So that's about a 25%, 4 to 5, about a 25% change there. And so we're seeing that these deals out there are valued at 20 to 25% less than they were a year and a half ago. And so, that's where people are starting to get excited. They're like, okay, the Fed stopped raising these rates. And so things are a little more predictable. And now this stuff is all on sale. All this real estate is valued less. So that's kind of a good time to get involved when you can buy something at a discount. And so that's again, you talked about 3 to 5 years for most of these deals to resell, or you rehab and resell them. I think that's going to be a great time, because we're in right now. It's just been crazy, but you get 3 years down the road, those cap rates will start dropping, things will kind of normalize again, and values will go back up, and it's selling it now, probably not the best,
Right.
So but a couple of years from now, as the interest rates drop a little bit, and things normalize a little more, and the values are going to go back up, and that's going to be very beneficial for us.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Who's got your money?
Who's got it? Right.
Who's got it?
So anyway, so that's that was one of the big things that I wanted to touch on here. I am seeing, again, a lot more some more deals come my way across my emails and talking to people, and there's actually one that's kind of getting going here in Des Moines. So
Ooh.
I don't know a lot of the details on it, but it's something that potentially I might be involved in. I'll keep you guys updated, if anything pans out with that. So I've been talking to some of my Iowa peeps, and they got something going. And I've seen several deals in the Des Moines area, which is probably the best location. Des Moines, actually, the Midwest is actually doing very well real estate wise, because you had the rents in the hot areas like Phoenix and Tampa and Dallas. Rents went sky high 2 years ago, year and a half ago, and then they plateaued. And now there's, in some submarkets, you're seeing those rents actually drop. So rent values or rent prices are going down, or at least they're staying steady. And so and then, like I said, it's just a correction from when they were 14% year over year. And average rental rate increases between 3 and 4% across the country over the last 80 years or whatever it is.
Sure.
And so you're looking at about 3 to 4% kind of stabilized. And in the Midwest, they didn't have that. Everything's kind of just a little more even keel here around here, and so you don't have that, and so you're not getting the flat rents like you are in some areas in the Midwest. And so again, I think there's some areas, like I said, Des Moines, Omaha, around here would be some areas that there could be some good deals rolling. So like I said, there's one I've been in contact with some of my Iowa Sumrock peeps, and we'll see if anything develops on this.
Hey, Des Moines is
Des
Moines could be a hot spot.
Could be
Des Moines. Who knows?
Right.
Something that I wanted to kind of chit chat on just a little bit for people out there is, you'll hear Blaine and I the last 1 or 2 times we got on, maybe talking about some different type deals. And I think it's not that we're not pulling away from multifamily at all, as we just spoke about. I think the time to jump into multifamily is this next year we still believe is going to be hot. I still think it's going to be
over the next year or two.
I think it's going to be crazy. Yeah. Next year or two. I think probably by summertime, you and I are going to be on this thing going, I don't know. We just got pitched 23 deals like last week. You know what I mean? So I think we're going to have to really discern the ones that we want to go after and the ones that we don't. And I think they're going to be just all over the place. But in the meantime, we're still trying to pursue avenues of investment that, using the techniques and using the information that we've learned so far in real estate, in multifamily real estate, carrying that over into commercial property, be it a commercial build, strip center, or even storage or something like that. So there's been a lot of things that have been thrown our way here as well. So we're kind of exploring those things just to maintain our investment potential, not just letting it go by the wayside for another year or half a year or whatever it is till the markets really clear up and show us where they're going to finish out and put us in better position. But I think all in all, it's still pointing in the direction that there's still some good out there, because I don't know if you notice it in Robbins and Des Moines and everywhere else, but I mean, they're building freaking everywhere, man. I can't believe I'm hearing these things about rates, but I'm seeing all these new builds going up, not only homes, but apartment complexes and duplexes in town. I mean, condos are everywhere. I don't care where I'm traveling. It's insane how much growth there is, even with the rates where they're at. That doesn't mean that I'd want to jump into it at this stage, but that means somebody is, because they're still building. So I would encourage people, don't be afraid. You get involved, get your education now, start learning. So that way, by the time it comes to make some decisions, you'll be able to do that without fear.
Yeah, that's you mentioned building everywhere, and that's another point that I guess I can bring up here about why values are going to be great in a couple 3 years when we go to sell, and that's because there was a lot of new construction that has just been released into the market. Okay, right. And so you get all these new apartment buildings, and those are typically A properties, because they're brand new and they're nice. And so that's going to affect the other A properties. Okay. You're going to have more vacancies because there's a lot more out there. Right. Yeah. And that trickles down into the B and C over time. And so, but over the last 6 months to a year, there's been a huge influx of new apartments across the United States. Those apartment starts have dwindled to really low. So, this was kind of a post-COVID thing. Everybody kind of had a lot of that on hold with COVID. They finally are getting this stuff finished, and so that's released now. But there aren't very many new starts, and that's probably, has to do with some of the rate issues.
Yeah.
So in a couple of years, where we have a lot of new stuff coming online now. In 2 years, there's not going to be anything online. I mean, there's not going to be anything new out there. It's going to be. And so then you're going to have demand. Demand's going to go, and I think you'll start seeing some good solid rent increases, and that's where you're going to get your value.
Totally agree. Totally agree with that.
Yeah,
that's it's crazy though to see that, because the information that we've learned so far, we're seeing what's beyond that. So that's cool. It's a cool way to look at it. You know what I mean? As I'm driving around, I'm like, oh. Yeah, I want to remember this place, so maybe check into it. But yeah, I think you're dead on, dude. I think that's right where that's the sweet spot, right?
Well, I mean, that's why I'm doing my research, man.
I love it. I
didn't tell you, but this last weekend you were at the wonderful Tony Robbins retreat, which sounds
say yes. Say yes. Say yes.
Yes. Is that?
That's one of his things. Get you change his name. Say yes. Say, and he looks kind of like Rocky Balboa sometimes. Say yes.
Oh, shoot. Well, I did my own education this weekend. I did a day-long seminar on asset management of multifamily properties. So it was a day-long webinar, and they had a different speaker every 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And so it kind of, so if you got into someone, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, because they're
I don't know if I can listen to this dude. You go get a snack and you come back and it's somebody else. Right.
Nice.
Actually, and they talked about, and a lot of them talked about, and it was just different views of how to, we talked about this too. It's the management of the asset. Everybody gets so excited about purchasing the property and closing on it, but that takes a couple months, and then you got it for 40 months that you have to manage the thing. So I want to learn more about asset management, And it was a good course. It was just, like I said, there was little tidbits of little pearls of information from all these different speakers, and talking about different ways of how to manage when you get a complex, how to do the managing so that you kick some butt and
I don't think
you build the value.
I don't think you'd be able to talk. I don't think you'd be able to give one of those because your introduction would be like 23 minutes. I'm Blaine McLaughlin. I live in Robbins, Iowa. I mean, this are my accolades, and you'd only have like a 10-minute lecture. I mean,
my accolades.
He's a stud,
Shoot.
ladies and gentlemen. He's a stud. Don't let him tell you different.
Oh man,
He's full of crap. He's full of crap.
So
no, that's cool though. That's really cool. That's awesome that you're doing that. I need to get more involved like that. If I could ever just settle and stay at home at some point.
Right. Yeah.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Someday,
I'm going to be here for Thanksgiving. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to be there for Thanksgiving too.
I got the cold plunge ready for you.
You turn it up.
Set to 35,
nope,
baby.
Can't do that.
35.
You can't throw me in there that first time and do that.
It's no problem. You can do it. I got the sauna. You can jump right into the sauna after.
Well, doesn't that like counteract the whole point of the cold plunge?
No, it's the whole point to stress your body, man. Tony Robbins is he's a big proponent of big time cold plunge, but biohacking. He talked about it, and God, it's crazy. I don't know. I thought biohacking is just tapping into your body's physiology and biology so you can live longer. This is what people they're doing to supplementation, cold plunging, sauna, red light therapy. I mean, you start naming, there's a bunch of different things. Craziness, right? And who knew? I think I started too late.
It's never too late, man.
I'm gonna be 56. I should have started when I was 36.
No, never too late. Wasn't there a 94-year-old lady at Tony Robbins?
Oh, damn. You should have seen this lady.
Yeah.
Front row too. Front row.
That's awesome.
She was awesome. She was so cool. I mean, 94-year-old Tony Robbins, and she's there the entire, like, if you people have not been to a Tony Robbins event, Tony Robbins starts at, I don't know, whenever the hell he wants. They call it Tony time. Like you call it island time whenever you're somewhere. Tony time is, he might start the morning at, I don't know, let's say he started the first day at 10. And then he might go till, I don't know, 12:30, 1 o'clock. Just, I don't even know. The guy might take one break in between. He's just rolling.
12:31 in the morning.
It's just, in the morning.
The afternoon.
In the morning. It's just nonstop. It's just work. And the music is pumping. So again, to put it in perspective, in this event in Dallas, there was 11,000 people in the conference center, the convention center, seated in rows, and there's screens, obviously multiple screens as you're coming through. To see the stage where we were sitting, I was like, what the hell? Oh, there he is. Because you have these screens and you have him, he's right here, but he was probably 100 yards in front of us. That's how far.
Oh, wow.
11,000 people, 3,000 people online, 90 countries represented.
That sounds like our podcast.
I think
we're almost to 90 countries.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean that we've done the podcast from, or
no. Yeah. No, our listeners. I know there's at least one country, so that's a start.
Good. Yeah. Hey, we're on our way.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be somebody from Canada listening to this too. So that'd be
probably
two.
Probably. Yeah. Maybe that. Hey, if you're out there and you're from Canada,
rock on.
Good on you, eh? So, awesome, man. That's all I got, dude. I think this week, getting back into the swing of things since I've been gone so much, and you too. I think this week's podcast will have a lot more info for everybody.
The following week, yeah. Not when you say this week, I think you're talking about now.
The following.
Yeah. Right on. So, I don't, like I said, I want to kind of do the market update thing. What else is going on with the market? Not many new starts across the country. Rents have been flat in a lot of areas. They're starting to kind of creep back up, I think, into again a more normal type of situation. Of course, you know that inflation is always good, beneficial for real estate, because if you have some inflation, then prices go up, right? And rents go up. And so
Looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Well, we'll see you next week.
That'll be next week, dude.
I meant when you're here. I'm looking forward to when you're being here, and we can podcast live, and
we can podcast live.
It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, be together, so be good.
Maybe we should podcast while you're in the cold plunge.
Hey, bring it. I'm in there for 10 minutes. No more than 10 minutes for me. That's we'll catch Blaine on video getting in the cold plunge.
Yeah.
He'll be screaming like a little girl.
Yeah, probably.
I think you'll be surprised. Anyway, because you're getting in it. One way or another, you're getting in it.
One way or yeah.
If I have to carry you like a little baby, like a baby in my arms. Hey, so funny. Cool. Yeah, good deal. We'll get some more updates. I know that one of the deals in the properties we were talking about with potential GP coming in for the one that I was going, they just did their release. So they did their
OM
to everybody, and
offering memorandum.
Really I want to get on and see that. I didn't have a chance to do that, but I
watched it. And if you guys recall, the OM is basically it's like a PowerPoint slideshow, video type stuff, just to give you information on the property and what you're what you potentially could be investing in and why it's a good deal. And then they roll through their numbers and say, hey, this is what we're planning on doing, and this is how we're going to build a value, and this is why it's going to work. Yep. And they had I think they had a lot of good comps there, because in that area with that Maravilla.
I know one of the things about the property that was really appealing when I looked at it was the community at large. Mainly Hispanic in this particular complex, and the history in this particular area is, Hispanic families technically they like to stay together. Community stays together. Yeah. They're hard workers, and they pay the rent. They have a great history of rate performers. So, you're not dealing with a lot of indigent people kind of coming in and out, and like we are dealing with in some of the other properties that are going on right now. And not only the one that we're dealing with, Blaine, there's some others around Texas that I know some other people are experiencing the same kind of thing. So getting the rates up, or the rental up as far as vacancies. So that's one of the things about a property like that continues to roll over as long as it stays full. And I think it's a great potential to do great things. So I'm really pumped for those guys.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good. The OM was pretty nice. I mean, it looked like this is going to be a pretty solid deal. So
I think it's going to be a solid deal too. I might throw a little passive money at it. We'll see.
Yeah,
but we got to see what happens on the other end of this commercial stuff we're playing with right now. So, but cool, man. Well, I got nothing else. How about you?
Right on. Okay.
Cool. Hey, everybody. Peace out. Happy trails to everybody.
Happy trails. Enjoy.
Atomic Punks, hit it. See you next week.
Take care.
Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing